Hello, everybody. So, as I have been going through and looking at mental health in general, one of the things that just keeps coming up is the word autonomy. When you look at the dictionary, it says autonomy is the right or condition of self-governance. It also says it is the capacity of an agent to act in accordance with objective morality rather than under the influence of desires. And in the mental health world, autonomy is so strong. Um, the only group of people where autonomy is kind of it falls under gray area is when it comes to adolescents. But for adults, adults have full autonomy. The only time a person in general, whether it's an adult or a child, does not have full autonomy is if somebody, whether it's a relative, whether it's the police officers, whether it is their counselor, thinks that they are a danger to themselves or others and they are refusing treatment, then that person can be put on a 72-hour hold. A 72-hour hold can only be placed after there's enough, after like a professional has done the assessment. So there's enough assessment that has been done, and then it's taken to a judge, and then a judge grants the hold. The reason why this process is the way that it is so that anybody can't just walk into a hospital and say, oh, I think this person needs to be, committed or something like that. It's to kind of make sure that there is some kind of a process. And so that's why a professional has to do an assessment. And then the professional takes the results of that assessment to a judge. And then the judge says, okay, yes, the person can be placed on a hold. Now, typically, when the judge says yes, it's a matter of the court sending that documentation to the hospital that that person is going to be placed in for the 72 hours. And then the psychiatrist that's at that facility does their assessment and begins the process of stabilizing the person. And then after the 72 hours, the judge, they go back to the judge they go back, and the person, the person gets a lawyer too, by the way, but they go back and they say, okay, the 72 hours are over, and the judge talks to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist can say, okay, I think this person can be stable on their own. We can allow them to sign to be here voluntarily. And then so they take off the hold, and now the person is there on voluntary status, and then they can,